Today, a 5-nanometer GPU is born inside the RTX 4090 process.
The process begins as critical materials, silicon wafers, and chemical gases arrive and are immediately scanned into the system in this sterile environment.
At 5 nanometers, atoms matter.
Thermal oxidation utilizes controlled heat to form the ultra-thin oxide layers essential for the 5nm RTX 4090 silicon.
Patterns smaller than light itself.
Inside the NVIDIA factory, the 5nm RTX 4090 begins its journey. This rapid thermal process is crucial.
Billions of connections, stacked in layers.
The thickness measurement confirms the uniformity of the 5nm layers. As the digital readout shows, the measurement
billions of transistors packed tightly together, visualizing the unprecedented power of the next-generation architecture. Every chip is tested before it's ever cut.
As you can see on this macro shot of the wafer map, the majority of the 5nm RTX 4090 dies are highlighted in green, indicating a high yield.
The wafer dicing process is critical. A high-speed saw precisely cuts the 5nm silicon, while water jets control the temperature.
The process begins with the close inspection of its substrate. Alignment markers are verified.
The die attach process begins as an ultra-thin adhesive layer is dispensed, followed by the precise seating of the 5nm RTX 4090 silicon.
Strength comes after precision.
As the boards move through the curing oven, the temperature curve remains perfectly stable, rapidly setting the underfill around the RTX 4090 silicon. The final inspection stage utilizes advanced laser height sensors to confirm the flatness of the RTX 4090 packages. The manufacturing of the 5nm RTX 4090 requires absolute precision, handled entirely by our advanced robotic systems here in the factory. This is the heart of the card. Inside the NVIDIA factory, manufacturing the 5nm Silicon RTX 4090, full process. This is the critical step of applying thermal paste to the RTX 4090 processor surface, ensuring a precise pattern with absolutely no excess. The massive heatsink and triple fan assembly are installed, followed by the critical step of snapping the connectors securely onto the board. As the units power on simultaneously, the functional test begins. The cooling systems immediately ramp up to
software unlocks the silicon.
The power efficiency test ensures the RTX 4090 wattage stabilizes precisely within spec before moving to the next stage of manufacturing.
Here we see the gold plating process for the edge connectors. This 5nm precision ensures maximum conductivity for the RTX 4090.
Next, the RTX 4090 GPU is carefully lowered into the specialized anti-static packaging before the seal is pressed closed. Inside the NVIDIA factory, advanced AGVs silently transport the 5nm silicon wafers for the RTX 4090 through the manufacturing line.
At 5nm, tuning never stops.
Look at the historical trend on the scrubber efficiency. It's improving.
Yes, and the physical gauge confirms the delta is stable.
With the digital signature verified and all parameters confirmed, this batch of 5nm wafers is approved for assembly. Here at the NVIDIA factory, the newly manufactured RTX 4090 silicon is prepared for shipment.
Inside the NVIDIA factory, the 5nm silicon of the RTX 4090 comes to life, representing a leap in manufacturing.
And here we see the fans initiating their rotation. Smooth, balanced motion is key to the cooling efficiency of the 4090. Automated optical inspection systems scan the RTX 4090 boards, ensuring every component is placed flawlessly before the next stage. From raw 5nm silicon to the finished GeForce RTX 4090, our automated factory ensures every Manufacturing the RTX 4090 requires strict adherence to safety protocols, from high voltage warnings to emergency.
The manufacturing of the 5nm RTX 4090 takes place in this sterile environment. Here we see the specialized lithography.
Reconfiguring the EUV lens assembly. Monitor plasma levels closely.
Levels are nominal, proceeding with the 5nm alignment.